Greetings, Celtics fans. In today's video, I bring you a ton of updates, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We've reached the most exciting time of the year. The regular season is officially over, and now we eagerly await to see who the Boston Celtics will face in the first round of the 2025 NBA playoffs. Boston secured the second seed in the Eastern Conference. With today's win over the Charlotte Hornets, the Celtics finished the regular season with an impressive record of 61 wins and 21 losses, including a 28-13 performance at home. What lies ahead for the Celtics? What do they need to focus on during this break before the playoffs begin? Let's break it all down. It's fair to say the Celtics are under a good deal of pressure, with one clear goal in mind: winning back-to-back championships, something we haven't seen since 2017. I'm excited. It's a truly defining moment in the season. Boston will face the winner of the matchup between the Atlanta Hawks and the Orlando Magic, which will take place on Tuesday, April 15th, in Orlando. Honestly, this game could go either way. While the Magic are currently the betting favorites, and the point spread is notable, both teams present solid challenges. The Celtics' first-round opponent will depend entirely on the outcome of that play-in game. Personally, I think Orlando could pose just as much of a challenge as Atlanta. With key players on both rosters, either team could push Boston in a 5- or 6-game series. Ideally, of course, we'd love to see a sweep in 4. That's the current outlook for the Celtics as they begin their playoff journey. As you can imagine, all teams are anxiously awaiting to see who their next opponents will be. The play-in games on both sides of the bracket are shaping up to be interesting, and the Eastern Conference is looking especially competitive this year. Personally, I prefer to see the Celtics face the Atlanta Hawks. A series against the Orlando Magic could be more challenging due to their strong perimeter defense. That three-point defense could become a significant obstacle for Boston. But when it comes to the Hawks, there's familiarity. We've faced them in the postseason before and know how to exploit their weaknesses. Still, both potential matchups promise excitement. I'm curious, who would you rather see the Celtics face in the first round? The Hawks or the Magic? Let's take a closer look at how Boston matches up with Atlanta. The Hawks actually won 2 of the 3 regular season games against the Celtics this year, though those victories came during a rough patch for Boston, which included several injuries. It's worth noting that some of the key players from those wins are no longer with Atlanta, and Boston has improved in recent games. We've recently faced the Hawks in the playoffs, which gives us an advantage. We know what it takes to beat them in high-pressure situations. In the 2023 playoffs, the Celtics eliminated the Hawks in 6 games, which isn't that long ago. That experience matters. Clint Capella and Trae Young have been the cornerstones of the Hawks' playoff appearances, but now Atlanta is dealing with some major injuries. Larry Nance Jr., Jalen Johnson, and Kobe Buffkin are all sidelined, with Buffkin out for the season. Capella is expected to be reevaluated 3 to 4 weeks after his late March injury, meaning his return is uncertain. The Hawks have been playing without him, and it's likely they'll have to go up against Orlando without him as well. This could be a favorable scenario for Boston, as the Hawks' rotation is currently thinned. Meanwhile, Orlando comes in with fewer injury concerns and a defense that's especially effective at limiting three-point success, an area that will be critical in any playoff series. The Celtics are preparing for a potential series against the Magic, who boast the league's top defense against three-point attempts and makes. That makes them a very difficult team to score on from deep, especially across a 7-game series. Even elite shooters have struggled against them. Although Boston did beat Orlando in 2 of 3 matchups this season, one of those losses came with a reserve lineup just last week when all the starters were rested. That context is important. It's also been 15 years since the Celtics faced the Magic in the playoffs. The last meeting was back in 2010, so this would be unfamiliar territory for Orlando, who hasn't been a consistent playoff team. On the other hand, the Hawks are a more familiar foe. Boston has been through similar playoff scenarios against them and knows what to expect. While Orlando is relatively healthy, they'll be without Jalen Suggs and Moritz Wagner for the playoffs due to recent surgeries. Their absence slightly weakens Orlando's depth, but still leaves them as a formidable challenge. Interestingly, facing a team like Orlando, with its elite perimeter defense, could help the Celtics find their rhythm as they move deeper into the playoffs. It might force them to shift focus to scoring in the paint or rely on fadeaway shots, both valuable skills against tougher opponents down the line. Of course, the Celtics' offensive strategy has always leaned heavily on the three-point shot. That could be problematic in a playoff series where they face the same defense multiple times. But this could also serve as excellent preparation for the later rounds. There will be live coverage of every playoff round: first round, second round, Eastern Conference Finals, and potentially the NBA Finals. Now, let's talk injuries. One key player has missed the last 3 games of the regular season due to a knee injury. Reports suggest he's been receiving pain relief injections in his right knee, which has bothered him for several weeks. While he's clearly not at 100%, the good news is that he's expected to be ready for the opening round. Whether Boston faces Atlanta or Orlando, it's reassuring to know that he should be available. Outside of that, the Celtics have a fairly clean injury report, which is rare and worth appreciating. The coaching staff is working carefully to manage his pain, and there's even talk that he might only play the first 3 quarters of games in the first round if needed. Last year's early playoff exit still stings, so managing the situation correctly is vital. He's dealing with a deep bone bruise, not an ankle sprain or groin issue, but something that's painful and persistent. The injections are meant to help him return to form as soon as possible. Recently, he expressed optimism, saying, "Look, I am optimistic about being ready for the playoffs. We have some preparations in place, likely including those pain injections, and I'm confident that I will feel even better than I do right now." He seems confident that he'll be ready, and that full week of rest he just had, plus the upcoming one, gives him nearly 2 weeks off before the playoffs start. He's tough, both physically and mentally, and it's highly unlikely he'd sit out unless absolutely necessary. There's already buzz about the Eastern Conference Finals and the potential Finals MVP. Everyone is focused and determined. The coaching staff is smart and sensitive to the players' physical well-being, so we expect a thoughtful and effective approach to his minutes. Let me ask you this. Do fans want Jaylen Brown at full strength for this playoff run? Of course, we all do. Anything less would mean we're not truly supporting the team. So, if you're cheering for JB to be back at his best and ready to help push the Celtics toward back-to-back titles, let us know in the comments. And if you haven't already subscribed, you're probably missing out on key insights. Hit that button, show your support, and stay tuned, because things are just heating up in Boston. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the basketball world, the Boston Celtics have reportedly set their sights on an emerging talent who could dramatically change the team's future. While many eyes are glued to the Celtics' established roster, the front office has quietly made waves with their pursuit of a rising star, Cooper Beebe. The forward's blend of size, skill, and versatility has drawn attention from several NBA teams, but it seems that Boston is leading the charge to secure his services. What makes this particular pursuit intriguing, though, is the timing. Beebe's potential fit with the Celtics could align perfectly with their quest for another championship title, pushing them further toward their lofty goals. Beebe, known for his impressive performances in college basketball, has shown flashes of brilliance that suggest he could be the missing piece Boston needs. While his name has yet to hit the same mainstream buzz as other top prospects, scouts are taking notice of his athleticism and potential to thrive in the NBA's fast-paced environment. The Celtics, with their eyes on the future, see Beebe as a player who can contribute both immediately and over the long term. His ability to adapt to various roles on the court makes him a natural fit for Boston's dynamic system, one that emphasizes both defense and offensive versatility. The Celtics' interest in Beebe, however, isn't without its risks. With the NBA's ever-shifting landscape, making the right draft decisions is crucial, and not every prospect pan out as expected. Yet, Boston's front office, led by Brad Stevens, has built a reputation for turning young players into key contributors. The Celtics have a track record of identifying undervalued talents and shaping them into formidable assets. If they're willing to go all in on BB, it could be a statement of their faith in his development and potential. What's particularly fascinating about the BB pursuit is the Celtics' clear vision for their future. With a core already built around all-stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the team is aiming to bolster its depth and flexibility. BB's multifaceted skill set could allow the Celtics to diversify their game plan, giving them more options in both the regular season and the playoffs. As the team looks to maintain its competitive edge, BB could emerge as a key figure in the Celtics' next era, potentially providing the spark needed to propel them back to the top of the NBA. While the negotiations surrounding BB's potential move to Boston are still in their early stages, the mere possibility of such a high-impact acquisition has fans buzzing with excitement. If the Celtics manage to secure BB, it could set the stage for a new chapter in the team's storied history, one that could see them rise once again to NBA supremacy. For now, all eyes remain on Boston, waiting to see how this unfolding story will change the landscape of the league. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.